Dremulok. Greetings, mortals. My name is Zilbus, and welcome to another one of my shows on the Elder Scrolls Legends gameplay. Today I'm going to begin a series of videos describing the different colors that are available and some of the themes that go along with them. I'm going to be beginning today with the Willpower theme, and this will be the first of two video casts describing different types of decks and things that are available that can be done within Willpower. In this stream, I'm going to be focusing on the concept of the Nords and things that they do when we break runes, which is what they are focused on within the Elder Scrolls Legends. There are 4 different specific types of creatures that are available that specifically do these things. They start with the Dawnstar Healer, a 3-drop 3/3, who whenever a enemy rune is broken will give you 3 health. The Eastmarch Crusader, who is very popular amongst play, because when an enemy rune, after the first enemy rune is broken, he will draw you a card, and he's a 4/2 creature for 3. Morthal Executioner, so whenever an enemy rune is broken, he'll get +2/+0, and he's a 2/4 base for 3, so he can get bigger. And their champion, in my opinion, the Hafengur Marauder, a 5/3 for 5, who says that whenever a friendly creature destroys an enemy rune, equip it with a random item. I have had several cases where this creature by himself has helped me to win games. Along with the support for him, I have thrown in a little bit of removal, execution. Since I'm going with straight willpower, Imprison is a very powerful removal card, as it can destroy anything on the board as long as I've got at least 4 creatures. And of course we've got Piercing Javelins, Prophecy, which when triggered will just destroy anything. I'm also throwing in Divine Fervor here, because all of my creatures can become +1/+1, and when you mix that with Imperial Reinforcements, I can fill a whole lane with 1/1 creatures. So now that we've got a little bit of an idea of what's going on in the deck, let's have a look and see how this plays. Obviously, with the idea of wanting to break runes, I need to be a little bit more on the aggressive side. I can't just be trying to sit back and hope to establish a better board state later on. I need to take control of the field and push into the aggressiveness. Oh, this should be interesting. My opponent has decided to go with a completely neutral deck. Now I could just drop my 1/3 with Drain right here, but if I give it another turn or two, instead of being a 1/3 with Drain, that thing could come down as being a 3/3 with Drain, which would be a lot better for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring down the 5th Legion Trainer. I had a feeling some of those might be coming. And I'm going to bring down my other one. And now that that's happened, I can bring down what will now be a 3/3 with Drain, which for just one mana crystal, that's really good. I'm expecting to see some crushing blows out of my opponent here, because that's about the only removal you can get in true neutral. The creature gets +3/+3 in guard. That's unfortunate. I've got 2 creatures down. Summon a spider worker. I'm not going to be getting that spider worker. I don't want to throw my imprison away. I'll take what life I can get and just move on. Having that East March Crusader in my hand, I want to get that first rune broken so that I can start drawing an extra card off that. Okay, so there it is. Oop, there's an Executioner. I'm going to want to bring him out next turn if I'm still able to go directly at my opponent so that he can start getting buffed. One of the things that's worrying me here is that he might have the Daedra support card that makes all of his Daedra +3/+0 and gives him a free guy. Part of the weakness of Willpower is it doesn't really have by itself a way of removing support cards. There it is, Halls of the Dwemer. That was that card I was worried about. Just came out. So I can't really do anything about this, and this is going to give his whole deck just a huge boost. Let's get some support. I'm just going to straight up destroy that. And I can't be too ignorant. I also kind of don't want to be breaking his runes until I can get my guys out that have runes. I had to stop there and actually answer my opponent's board state rather than just pressing on, which is what I really wanted to be doing. A 10-3. Ay, ay, ay. That's really good. Alright, he's probably stopped me from breaking a rune here. Full props to this guy for playing a full neutral deck. I think that's really cool. Ooh, he's holding off. Alright, I've got 8. It's like I was saying at the beginning of this, I want to go aggressive. So playing the support here to give all my guys +1/+1. And now I'm just going to go straight at him. This guy's getting bigger because I'm breaking those runes. This guy's giving me health back. Oh, he's going to gain some health back. Nice. That support card he's got out there is such a huge boost. So he's got a 9-6-5-1. I think that's going to give him a free card. This could be interesting. I've got 5-7. Nice. So by giving my guys guard, this one falls out of the shroud protection so he can kill it. Oh, that's a beautiful card for me to find right now. Yeah, I don't want you to have two more guys. Once again, I'm stuck in a state where I've got no cards in my hand. He's got a whole bunch up there, and I've got to just stop and answer his board state. However, 4 3-2s might help win this game. Let's see what he can do here. I'm not exactly certain if I was him, I'd want to be sending that 9-1 right at me. Oh, I think he's going to concede. He's going to put me at 1. There's the Marauder. It's a little bit late for that, though. Yeah, I've got this. That game actually could have gone either way. All right, I'm going to give this one more game on this deck, and that's going to end this video stream. And I hope you all join me for part 2 when I go into a little bit more of a controller-ish type build. The other deck that I put together for Willpower is more focused on the idea of healing and trying to do more to control the board. And that'll be coming up in the next part of this segment. But in the meanwhile, let's see here. I generally don't like starting with spells and things that are over 4, because you can easily just lose control of the board before you can ever get them out, especially when I'm going up against blue-red. Yeah, I can already see this is going to be an extremely aggressive deck over here. This is probably going to be a very fast game. I've been seeing a lot of decks with the strength and intelligence builds that are just hyper aggressive. I'm going to bring this over here. I actually don't want to give him the ability to let this die just yet, because then he gets a 5/5 into his hand. I just like to try and protect these, because if I can fill this side of the board with 3 ones, that'd be really good for me. I like seeing that. Let's do a little damage to him, and then out comes the army. Next turn, if he doesn't damage my field here, I'm going to break my last extra mana here and bring him out. Because then when I start pushing directly at him, all of my field may end up getting some nice buffs that could help me win this game. The downside to making that decision, however, is that I'm basically ignoring everything he's doing. So let's see what happens here. A loot. Tomb of Alteration. Which drew me into a piercing javelin. And I can either, yeah, let's stay on the aggressive side. I mean, that is the whole idea here. Full props to you, man. Pushing right at me. That takes courage when you're staring all this down. Alright guys, charge! One important tactical decision of what I'm doing here. I'm going to make off all of my attacks first. I should be able to win it, but depending upon what he does, or if I break things off of his runes, you know, and he gets prophecy cards, I can react off of my hand. That's generally a good tactic. And that's it, another win. And that's going to conclude part 1 of this series of plays for my Willpower deck. I hope you all come back for part 2.